Hey guys, it is time to review the latest episode of the Grand Tour. It's episode 3 called Opera, Arts and Donuts. I'll explain all of that very soon in this episode of my review series, in this video. And so let's get into it. So, this week, Clarkson, Hammond and May put up their tent in Whitby, which is in Yorkshire, in Great Britain. Although I think most of you watching this are from Great Britain, so you may know where it is. It's a fishing town. It looks very nice. You could see the water from the tent, and it was a nice setting for the show. And it was nice that Clarkson, Hammond, and May were back in England or Britain, which is obviously where they were happiest when they were doing Top Gear. Anyway, let's get into talking about the episode. So, I'll do this again without any spoilers, ideally. This time we're doing Grand Touring in Italy. At first it was meant to be just Clarkson and James May. Clarkson in Aston Martin DB11 and James May in the Rolls Royce Dawn, I think that's what it's called. But very gentleman, posh driver, nice cars. Went to Grand Touring Italy, having doing cultural stuff. But yeah, and then Richard Hammond came and spelt it in an American muscle car, in the Dodge Hellcat. Quite a cool car actually, and yeah, it was quite amusing. You could really see the chemistry between the three presenters there, and how literally James May wanted to kill Richard Hammond in that episode. But yeah, it was. This episode was definitely the best episode of the first 3 episodes they've done in this series on the Grand Tour. That goes without saying, in my opinion, and I think all the professional reviewers have said a similar thing. Also, in this episode, the other big thing was, because if you remember back to the first episode, Jeremy Clarkson said that Hammond and May could knock down his house if a certain thing happened. I won't say what a certain thing is, in case people haven't seen the first episode. But yeah, they blew up his house with explosives in the episode yesterday. And I know for a fact this was in the paper, months ago now, with the neighbours complaining about the noise and stuff. So it wasn't fake, it did actually happen. They did actually blow up his house. But obviously in reality, he was going to knock down his house anyway and build a new one or something. I don't know exactly what he wanted to do. But anyway, going into what they were doing in Italy, which is... before I talk about that, also they did the celebrity brain crash thing, which was again silly. This time Simon Pegg was killed after he got attacked by a load of seagulls. Simon Pegg is an actor. He's been in, I think, Star Trek and a few other interesting films or TV programs. But anyway, back to what they're doing in Italy. They drove across Italy, ending up in Venice, and it was a bit like some of their special episodes when they buy each other gifts. So they bought Richard Hammond a massive painting, which obviously couldn't fit in his car, and had to cut it in half and everything, which was quite amusing, I guess. And I can't remember if they bought James May or Clarkson or anything. I don't think they did. Oh well. And also one of the other running gags was the whole thing that Hammond kept ruining it by doing lots of donuts, hence donuts in the name of the episode. And he also had to then put on new tyres all the time, so they had 2 massive lorries just full of tyres, replacement tyres, and also they had to put in a lot of fuel in this car. Yeah, because it's not the Dodge Hellcat. Let's just say it wasn't very fuel efficient, but it was an entertaining episode for sure. And I think it was very much just like Top Gear, driving 3 fast cars across the country is what they did basically every week. But there weren't any explosions in Italy, though, which makes a change from BBC Top Gear, but I'm sure that'll come soon, as we would expect. What else can I talk about? They talked about. They talked on maybe more controversial thing. They talked about Google and how Google are making their own driverless cars, and Clarkson tried to make one of his own, and look from the outside it looked driverless. He's controlling it with his phone with an app that he apparently made. But it's actually just a foreign worker sitting inside the car, like pedaling it or something. So yeah, that was maybe slightly controversial considering the political climate in the UK at the moment. But I won't bore you with that stuff, even though I am a politics student. Anyway, it is difficult for me to do these review videos without giving away too many spoilers. But as I said, I think this was one of the better episodes. They've really got their mojo back. Is that the word? Yeah, I think it is. And which is, I think everyone's pleased about. And next week they're also going to be in Whitby, so there's 2 episodes from England. And we'll see where they go from there. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Tell me in the comments or on Twitter what you've thought of the episode, if you've seen it, or whatever. Please like and subscribe. Or do whatever. Just tell your friend about the video or something. And I'll see you guys very, very soon. Bye-bye. Yeah, I'm messing around there a bit like Richard Hammond.